Hello, I am Jessica Reed-Robbins and welcome to my video series on achieving the impossible. So now we want to look at how do we set an outcome in the way that our brain actually understands what it wants from us. So if you understand how the unconscious mind works and how remember the filters of deletion, distortion, generalization. So we understand that our brain, once focused on something, will head towards that unconsciously, effortlessly, and it will also filter in information around us to help us get there as well. By understanding how that actually works, we can set outcomes and program them into our unconscious mind. So most of the time people are aware of athletes using visualization, and that by visualizing something, our brain almost acts as if it's real. So it kind of understands what we're asking. So if we read something, read a goal that we've written down, we still need to be able to visualize, kind of translate that into, well, what does that look like? No matter what it is. So what we do is we start with what's the outcome that you actually want and help you visualize it. Now there's also a way to visualize it so that you'll get the kind of maximum positive effect. So for example, if you just visualize your let's take something materialistic. Let's say you want a new car, and you just start to visualize the kind of car that you want, then all your reticular activating system, the bit that does the focusing and the deletion, all that reticular activating system is going to do is show you that kind of car in your environment. So you'll be down the motorway and you'll suddenly be thinking, why does everyone have that type of car? I thought it was quite rare. Turns out everyone's got it, or at least it's much more popular than I thought. So what we want to do is almost create future memories of what we want. So we need to create movie scenes that contextualize within our lives. So with the car example, what we want you to do is visualize yourself in the car, driving it, so seeing it through your own eyes, and feeling the way that you feel with it being your car, and also seeing any evidence, any contextual cues or markers that would tell you it's yours and you didn't just hire it or steal it or borrow it or whatever. That it's actually your car. So that might be that you're driving it to, and up the driveway of your current house, or the house, if you're setting an outcome a bit further in to the future, the house that you want to live in. But you want to see it contextualized in a scene of your life when you think you want it. So if it's now, and we always recommend setting an outcome as soon as you'd be ready for it. So if you didn't want to retire for another 10 years, then don't visualize it tomorrow. But if you don't mind retiring, then just see it happening as soon as you possibly can, and then you're more likely to achieve it sooner. So let's just say you're driving this car that you want into your driveway and experiencing everything that you feel about that car being yours, the power, the freedom, whatever it brings you, driving it into, in front of your house, and then you get out of the car and you lock it and you walk into your house and you see your family and so on. So whatever the scene is, it could be picking the car up from the dealer, it could be driving from the dealership. You choose what the evidence is that tells you that you achieved it, that you can afford it, it's yours, and it's right for you. So feel all the feelings that you want to have with it. Then what we do is a little process where we program that outcome into your unconscious mind, so that rather than, you might have heard of vision boards and having pictures of things that you want all around your office and so on, things like that. That's great because it's a constant reminder to you of what to focus on. So it helps your RAS to keep focused. However, you already have a mechanism in your unconscious mind to do that for you. So you really don't need to have pictures around you to remind you. You can have one in your unconscious mind and it does it automatically. So we'll do that now. Get yourself comfortable and close your eyes. And once you know what it is that you want, just pick something for the purposes of this exercise if necessary. And I want you to close your eyes and step into that movie scene. But I want you to imagine that you're in that movie scene experiencing the achievement of this outcome. And I want you to play it through from beginning to end through your own eyes. So you're seeing it and experiencing it as if it was happening now. See it when you want it. See anyone else that's involved. Look at the evidence that tells you that you've achieved it and feel the feelings of having that in your life. So what does your life look like when you have that outcome? That dream job, that car, that partner, that joy. What does that feel like? What does it look like in your life? What's that scene that you want to experience in the future? It depicts how your life will be as a result of achieving that outcome. Feel all those feelings, see what you see, hear what you hear. Breathe how you breathe when you have that outcome, and listen to what you say to yourself when you have that in your life. And enjoy that scene. Make it perfect. Why not? Make it exactly the way that you want it. Okay, right the way through, maybe a couple of times. Just to adjust anything, make it absolutely good. Now, play it through again, through your own eyes. And I want you to imagine that you take a particular element of that scene, the best moment in that scene. And I want you to imagine that someone is taking a picture of you, someone you care about. And they're taking a picture of that scene that completely and utterly depicts that achievement for you. And I want you to imagine that they can give you that picture to hold in your hands. And you look at that picture and look how gorgeous that picture is. And as it develops, you can really get a sense of how fantastic this scene is, this achievement. Just everything about it is just the way you would. And I want you to imagine now, you could take that picture that represents that movie scene. And I want you to imagine that you can notice that the future stretches out in one direction in relation to you in the past in another, essentially creating kind of like a line of time. And I want you to imagine that you could move into the future along that line of time. Whether it's in front of you, to the side of you, does not matter. But I want you to imagine that you can float up above that line and zoom into the future until you get to the place in time that you want this outcome to happen. If that's tomorrow, that's fine. If it's next year, it doesn't matter. When do you want it to happen? Now you might find that as you approach that time, the photograph starts to tug out of your hands. Kind of really feels pulled towards that future timeline of yours. So as you're floating there, just imagine that when you get above that time that you want that to occur, you just let go of the photo and it zooms down into that line of time, that future of yours, and takes place right where it's supposed to happen. And then notice as ripples of success, as a result of that achievement, more and more, like a domino effect, more and more things start to happen in your future now that you're convinced, until more and more scenes are taking place into your future and make you happy. And then if you turn round and look towards the present day in that future event and notice that everything that you need is being drawn towards your timeline like a magnet. Obstacles are being overcome. People, resources, time, money, ideas, everything that you need is like a magnet being pulled towards your timeline, creating almost stepping stones towards the achievement of this inevitable event. And feel how certain it feels now that you have decided that you want this. And as a consequence, almost like the universe rearranges itself to allow you to have it. And when you're sure it's out there, and it's there waiting for you just where it should be, flow all the way back to the present day, noticing how things are now starting to change, all the way to the present day. Reorientate yourself so that you're facing the right way, and come back down into the now and open your eyes.